Hello Internet friends, my name is Rich. Thanks so much for joining me today on the Toy Isle Alliance YouTube channel. Want to do a kind of a Black Series video on a custom vehicle I just completed. And by custom vehicle, I mean I just kind of painted it. This is, or was, well still is, the Hero Mashers Sith Speeder, or more specifically and geekily, the Bloodfin. The Hero Mashers line was this kind of more geared toward younger kids. I mean, all toys are geared towards younger kids, but you know what I mean. And they had little, the figures were kind of chunky and they came apart and you could plug in accessories everywhere. But this actual vehicle looked fairly accurate to an actual, the actual Sith Speeder. Usually they're very kind of stylized and exaggerated. But I kind of dug the look of this Hero Masher Sith Speeder, and I decided I would try and repaint it and weather it and make it something that perhaps my Black Series Darth Maul could use. So all I did was I took some black liquid nail polish, slathered that on, and then wiped it off. And that kind of almost did some weathering, kind of dirtied it up. Also essentially panel lined it. Then the next day I got some actually it was terracotta. It was some terracotta acrylic paint. Watered it down very much and then just kind of dry brushed that around it to give it kind of a dirty sandy look. Then I just took some dark brown, did the same thing. And then I got some silver, and that's where I kind of screwed up a little bit. You might think the whole thing's a screw up, but the silver wasn't showing up really well. I just wanted to kind of dry brush it on the edges to show as if, you know, some of the paint, the finish was wearing away and you were seeing the actual metal of the Sith Speeder. But I went a little heavy in parts and a little too light in other parts. Under sort of normal lighting, or maybe I just have bad eyesight, it doesn't look too bad. Here you might see it might not look quite as natural as I wanted it to. Plus you have this weird little accessory hole, which is probably the worst insult you can call someone, is an accessory hole. Where you're supposed to stick in a great big giant non-scene accurate gun. And I do plan on filling that in somehow, maybe with some sort of Lego piece, or ideally a rusty, dirty piece of metal that will fit in there perfectly, that I won't have to weather. Anyway, just giving you a better look at the feet. So yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, some of the silver dry brushing I did, I'm not 100% happy, but the shoe polish, if you remember, I was doing an X-Wing, that great big Hero X-Wing, not Hero Mashers, but this big giant, almost 1/12 scale cheap X-Wing that Hasbro had done, and I had done the shoe polish method on that as well, and kind of overdid it a little too much. I'm much happier with my shoe polishing on this particular vehicle, and I think this is a perfect scale for Black Series. Oh, there's my arm. I really, truly do. Bandai did a figure arts version of the Bloodfin for their figure arts Darth Maul, which obviously is much better than this. But this cost me about $12 for this, and then just my time and effort. But my time's not worth very much. So yeah, overall, as just sort of a display piece, and he can sit on this. I just don't want to sit him on here now, where I mean the paint's dry, but I didn't spray it with a sealer or anything, so I don't want any paint getting on my figure. But he can sit on there and drive around. And in case you're curious, here is the figure arts Darth Maul, which I also think looks okay with it. So there you go, guys. There is my custom painted Sith Speeder, or if you're a complete nerd, actually if you know it's a Sith Speeder, you're kind of a nerd. If you know it's actually called the Bloodfin, you're also a nerd, which is what I am. So there you go, guys. Just a quick, easy little custom project. So I was able to pimp something out for my Black Series Darth Maul. So let me know what you think. I'll put a link to my Facebook page where I have some before and after pictures. And in case you want to know what exactly a Hero Mashers Sith Speeder looks like, here is the box. And there's kind of a before shot of it. So, there you go, guys. Like I said, my customizing skills are not boss level. But it was kind of a fun thing to do on the weekend. Alright, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I will see ya.